0 start and will host the SWAC favorites in Grambling State. Should be a good one tonight from Exact Tech Arena. With that, we welcome Grambling State team that took Ole Miss to the brink. It is Eason against Chinyelu on the tip, and it's won by the Gators. Off week. Gators, they've had their struggles from deep. And that's a palming violation, Elijah Martin. How many times will you see a palming violation this year? Here's Dozier, preseason SWAC Player of the Year. Undersized, but finds his way to the reset. Martin. That's a good look. Bottom.
Scoring point guard.
Ernest Ross blocked by Chinyelu. Martin, corner pop. A tray. Martin passes it up. Chinyelu tips it back in. Here's Dozier now, late in the clock. Long two is true.
Yeah, I think off there. A lot of 5 out.
Now it's Burnett, former big-time football recruits. Now, the Gators get the Dolphins in early foul trouble with their posts, and a lot of those post-to-post looks. Look at that, a little surprise on the baseline out of bounds from the yard.
Mismatch.
Size advantage for Condon. He got hit. We'll see who they. 7 of 12 against Jacksonville. Says take that, Mark. Led the team in blocks. There you go, Mark. Team first mentality. Electing not to transfer, stick it out here in Gainesville. Out, rumbles down the lane. Alexis, the stick back. Back-to-back SEC matchups for the Tigers. It's flipping to quiet the crowd.
Yeah, he's
Aberdeen on to turn. Wow! Most athletic on this Gator group. Back to flipping again. 2 feet in the paint. Back. Gators set on the half court with Aberdeen. Now can stretch it and hit it. Richard. Reception by Richard. Doesn't have numbers. Will take it all the way. Dances off. Martin saves it back to most points as a Gator transfer.
We had 10 games of 5 or less. Going left.
Dozier. Right mark, left, left, left for Dozier. Sometimes you still can't stop him. Condon, great position. He almost olayed him with those 2 fouls.
Watch
and a
out.
takeaway. Condon. Big time contact, and Ross had no other. You could just sense the frustration as Condon, after he hit his first 2.
6'9", had played so well in the first.
Stevenson wiggles through. Oh, that was tough, and one. Where Dante Jackson is from. One of the top assist makers. Condon. Controlled drive. That was pretty. Off of 2 feet. Dozier. Bullseye. This season, a lot of the talk, Mark, is around high majors in college basketball, but story.
Unsung hero. Who in your background is responsible?
Win, right?
I know everybody wants to talk about the tough night that they had against Purdue and Zach.
Agreement for sure. Gators in the 1-1. Richard goes to. It was a veteran group that had stuck around for a while last year, and they cashed in on those guys.
The offense. Now you're being forced out further on the floor.
Back-to-back step-back shots late in the clock. Burnett swift. Gators led by as many as 13. Out, post to post. Doesn't roll in for Alexis. Here's Sam Alexis, first year as a Gator, coming back to his home state. Percent in his career. How about it? Another game. Dozier chasing Richard around off the screen. An extra ball movement. Clayton. You bet. Until tonight. Active hands from Dozier. A leak out. Clayton looking for that swat. Dozier wins the foot race. Plus, Clayton entered the night. 10 assists to balance. Dozier couldn't rip it away from Alexis. Richard Skies up and under this time.
Has now had 2 deflected passes against the zone.
Condon's been feeling it from range, but instead takes it in, gets the Condon. He's had to sit the bench for most of this first. Condon splits a pair.
Trying to keep up with the leading scorer.
Onu wasn't looking for it. Chinyelu goes coast to coast.
And here's the matchup.
Howe gets the assignment on Burnett. Switched on to Chinyelu. Fall over.
No reason to turn the ball over in the first 7 seconds.
Stevenson takes the harm from Martin.
Yeah, it's a 2-3, but the wings are way high. A little Syracuse flavor.
Richard. Money. And the slow half-court tempo. 5 to shoot. Tried to squeeze one up. Chinyelu and tries to use the glass. Condon goes over the top. And a reset. Richard a step back.
Now, that's one you don't with it.
And that helps that rebounding number as well. Dozier, cyclone spin. Chinyelu says no. Flipping had a couple of quick ones when he entered in the first half. Goes underneath. Flippin 0 for 2 this year at the line. Multiple junior college stops. Condon breaks that pressure. Chinyelu goes up top.
Wow, there's news on the year.
We didn't jinx him either.
No.
Back to that same spot on the floor for Flippin. Backdoor Ross. Two-handed stuff. Martin, extra pass for Clayton. Patient drive. Chinyelu up and under. Well, point forward for Condon. Clayton. Logo lands.
And they passed those tests tonight.
Very good defensively. Condon to Houck. For best friends. Thomas Houck's family actually. And that helps that connection on the floor. That in the transfer portal. When he was doing his research, looked through a lot of YouTube clips.
Just over the 1,500 mark for career points.
Stevenson, the leaner. Clayton thought about it.
Yes, he did.
Martin tries to go up tough. Onu with the pace car in Aberdeen. Alexis been searching for it. He's still for trailing. Howe changes hands. Stick back for Alexis. No. Now Ross on a leak out in his homecoming. Alexis, quick first step. Pinned up against the glass, and Houck's right there. Condon says, why not? Alexis for 2. This is where he had to get better in that area. Flippin. He's been good.
Same combination defense by the Tigers.
Clayton turns the corner, that little hezzy move. This play's so under control. Finds Richard.
Yeah, these are wide open looks that Richard is not making.
A shot just to show how in control Walter Clayton Jr. is on the seasons in 20 years in Gator history.
And it'll be important, as you mentioned. It's too bad we haven't seen Ernest Ross tonight because he got into early foul trouble. But being here last year, Dozier went 0 for 8.
Yeah. Burnett strong. Bama play football in this state in Clearwater. Any situation, any moment. Aberdeen got it. Now whirling dervish. Chinyelu trails and scores.
Nice chance opportunities for the Tigers all night long.
Martin and Howe tried to leap up. Good luck trying to.
And it may not show up in this game. A pass.
Richard takes it right back. He's all alone. A slam.
Again.
There
Two
he
in a
is.
row.
Gives it up. Chinyelu. An exclamation point.
From a defensive perspective.
Toughness for sure. Stevenson. Burnett puts it in. Plus, when you talk to anybody around this program, they mention those moments late in the NCAA tournament.
2 feet in the paint. That's too close.
Yeah. No chance for Flippin. High now with 14. Flippin tries to go right back at him. This crowd's been as loud as it's... Stevenson bends in, gets the roll. Another chance at an and one. And the identity.
Great pass.
Dozier
Just
the
a
vision.
great pass.
Condon deep in his bag. Time at some point here.
Night at Ole Miss, and he has 15 tonight.
Alexis backs in. Oh, that was way too. How hard Dozier's working to get his shot over Alexis. Much different result for Dozier after last year's decision. Alexis still searching for that first three with 2 to shoot. Step back. And a foul. Is this on Steven?
Kind of shaking his head.
Commits there by Tor to get conference play going the way you've been tested the previous few months before SWAC.
Excuse me, after this game, Grambling State gets a little bit of a breather.
Wow. I mentioned earlier, much more vocal this year. He entered from the Dante Jackson said, look, he's an elite scorer. We got to let him be. Alexis just going to work.
Very cool. This is an important time because if you're a game that Grambling played at Ole Miss, did that help get Florida's attention?
Shot clock is turned off, thrown into the backcourt.
That's okay. That's a great possession.
Just that alone. Gators will move to 3-0. First time since 21-22. Burnett and one. Off to 3-0 for the Florida Gators, Mark.
And I think the thing that the coaching staff will be most pleased about was suspect. In the second game, the rebounding was suspect. Tonight is the first night where they put both of those